folks, with Junction City TV, it's Craig and Farrell and Mark Adams, a licensed marriage and family therapist today, and we're going to talk about Rockstar. Did you guys know we're going to talk about that?
No.
No, we're talking about this because we wanted to say thank you to Pepsi. Pepsi generously donated a bunch of beverages for our studio and our guests, and you get dry mouth here, don't you, Mark?
Well,
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So it's nice to
That's
have
my
these-
Craig's
medication.
telling him what he's going to get. You have dry mouth.
You have dry mouth.
That's it.
Hey, shut up, Farrell. And here's the thing. And I can tell Farrell to shut up because today we're going to talk with Mark about fighting. We're not fighting. We're going to talk
Conflict.
about conflict.
Sure.
Conflict in relationships. Conflict which never happens, fortunately.
Well,
What relationship?
then your relationship is doomed.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How could it be doomed?
Well, because if you're not having conflict, somebody's building resentment.
Oh.
That's the trade-off. You say, right, if I say to myself, if Farrell's over here saying, I'm going to be the bigger person, he's saying it in his head, I'm going to be the bigger person, I'm not going to fight with Craig. Well, he's trading that conflict for resentment.
So even if he's not saying it, you're saying it builds inside.
Oh, yeah.
So when Farrell's wife says, do the dishes, and he's like, I did the dishes last, but he doesn't say I did the dishes last week. He's like, okay, I'll do the dishes. Then deep inside, he gets that look right there. Look, he's got it. He's got it right. He was actually displaying it. This is like true life for Farrell.
Well, I can't speak to Farrell specifically,
I do what I want.
but you're married still, right? Yeah, not always.
I'm
then.
working on the third one.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. This episode's about 10 minutes long, and Farrell might make it. he just might make
Oh,
it.
he'll be fine.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about what is conflict in a relationship?
Okay. Well, conflict in a very simple way is any expressed difference in a relationship where there are perceived incompatible goals, or there's like scarce resources within the relationship, or one party feels like the other one's getting in their way or interfering with them in some way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I understand.
And it doesn't even have to be true. One person just has to think it's true.
Oh,
And then, bam,
yeah.
there's conflict.
I never thought of that as far as like it makes sense, the resources and the goals, Farrell's wife wants to, have a nice party on Saturday night, and Farrell wants to not have a nice party on Saturday night.
Play with the Hot Wheels cars in the basement.
Right. Have some alone time and decompress.
Do you have the loopy track? Please tell me you have that little yellow
We
loopy
don't
track.
discuss that right now.
All right. But whatever it is.
Yeah,
Whatever it is.
Right.
Right. So if you're not fighting, that's not good.
Right.
If you're
Well, so again, let's qualify if
Okay.
you're not having conflict.
not
Because
having conflict, okay, better.
I mean, I don't want to
I like fighting.
even accidentally give the message that like being physical aggression, or because people sometimes think, right, they connect fighting with being physical or
I know.
emotionally beating the crap out of their verbally beating the crap out of their spouse or something. We're not talking about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about just having differences and even getting emotional about it, right? A lot of these things are really intense for couples.
Like for instance, my wife wants to watch Grey's Anatomy. I hate that show. Why are we watching that? Let's watch something else. And she's like, I like this show, and what you watch is stupid.
Okay.
Is that kind of what you're talking about?
It can be. So all of a sudden,
hate that
if it
show.
goes from I want to watch Grey's Anatomy and I want to watch
Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh yeah, Daisy Duke. I want to watch Dukes of Hazzard. Okay, well, there's a difference there, right? You have different goals. That's real. But then you said you're so stupid, and if that escalates into you're stupid. Well, you're right now. Now we're not talking about TV shows anymore.
Yeah, you
right.
feel
We're
like you're
totally
being
off the
attacked
topic.
personally.
That's right. Now it's on.
See, some of my therapy is showing.
Yeah,
Is that right?
you're a smart guy.
He still won't watch Grey's Anatomy.
No, hell no. I mean, heck no.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So what is we talked about a couple of unhealthy ways to resolve this. What's a healthy way to resolve it? How do you do this?
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy, Dukes of Hazzard.
Watch the
come on.
Dukes. It's done.
You watch the Dukes. Farrell's like, you buy a second TV. Done. We're all.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
I mean,
if-
really,
if-
maybe that
if
might be the way.
If that's what it is, if it's just that simple, maybe you just leave for a half an hour till the program's over, and then you come back. You go do something, right?
But is it always
Really,
that
couples-
simple? Because I'm not
sometimes.
going to interrupt you, because
Yeah.
a lot of times,
No,
she
you're right.
wants him to watch Grey's Anatomy
Right.
with
With
her
her,
because
yeah.
she wants to interact with him.
Right.
She wants him to be interested. She wants to bounce ideas off of him. Do you think Marcia is really going to leave Stan or whatever? I've never seen Grey's.
I don't know. I'd leave him though if it was me. I'd get rid of that guy. Yeah, that's what she wants. I mean,
See, he is a smart guy. He does watch Grey's Anatomy with his wife.
don't.
Man, it's just that
not even on an accident.
there's so many layers to this.
Yeah.
Farrell, you got to decide, is it worth it?
Farrell is
Like, is
the
it
literal-
worth it?
He is the
30
literal-
minutes of Grey's Anatomy.
It's an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Twice the torture.
Doesn't matter. 60 minutes of Grey's Anatomy or having your wife upset with you for the next 3 days. Like, kind of,
Man.
you got to weigh that
Farrell's
out.
like 3 days ain't long.
Well, 3 days standing on my
Maybe
head.
not.
Oh wait,
Maybe
is
not.
those work days or weekends? That makes a difference.
Do we have to be together the entire day, or?
Oh, we are the worst people to talk about
But see,
this.
if it's just about TV shows, fine, negotiate it. Off, we'll watch this one week, watch this another week. But if it's really, Craig, about
Yeah.
trying to get a different need met
Yeah.
through the programming,
yeah.
then somehow you got to communicate that, because a lot of times women will, and I'm going to stereotype, and I apologize to the women that this doesn't apply to. A lot of times women they'll say things like, and I'm sure you've heard this, are you thirsty?
What?
And that's code for,
Give me a drink.
I'm thirsty.
Oh,
You know what?
okay, good.
Hold on. Let
didn't
me
even
back
get
this up
that.
because I've told my wife this a million times. I don't take hints. I don't take subtleties.
Yeah, but
if
that
you want
doesn't
me to
matter.
do it, you've got to come right up. Like
Yeah.
for instance, she can't look out the window and say, "Boy, the grass sure is getting long." I know somebody ought to go mow it.
Yeah.
I'm back to the Duke boys.
Right. Right.
If you want me to mow the lawn, just tell me. Just come around and tell me. I'm not good at subtlety.
See, but you're really good at being assertive, but there's this gender difference. See, she's been taught by society that she can't ask directly for her needs to be met, or she's being demanding or high maintenance or worse.
Well,
and so but that's what couples have to figure out and negotiate, especially early on in the relationship. And how are we going to do this? Because too often couples are communicating like this, right? They're using the same words. Like, I want to spend time together. Okay, let's spend time together. But what one means is, I want you to look at me in the eyes, and I want you to ask me about my life and about my day. And Farrell is thinking, well, I mean, we're in the same room, right?
Right.
So we're together.
Yeah.
I want to spend time together, and what she really meant is, I want to sit on the porch
I
and
want you
watch
to turn
mow
off
the lawn.
or turn off all the screens and let's talk like we used to when we were dating.
Do you think when people argue and couples argue, do you think? Well, sometimes I
Yeah.
do this. I don't listen to make a point. I listen to attack what she's saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or defend yourself.
Yeah. You don't listen to the argument. You just listen to
Yep.
for what you can.
And men are the most guilty of that, of being kind of this defensive and listening for. But on the other hand, women are most guilty of starting conversations with kind of a criticism, which kind of sets both of them up. Right? If a wife starts a conversation with something critical, then, I mean, how can you not expect the other person to get defensive? On the other hand, she expects defensiveness. And so she, you're not going to listen. You're going to tune me out pretty quick. And so I'm going to make my point very first.
So get the meat and potatoes right
So-
up before
Right.
the salad, right?
I get a million questions for this guy. So, and I don't have time to explain it entirely. But how do you resolve when you're talking at someone
Yeah.
instead of to them?
Yeah, well, there's a bigger problem, because you're asking about a communication kind of skill problem, but underneath is more of a attention problem, intimacy problem, because most people won't treat their partner like that if they have a close, meaningful relationship. If there's some disconnect there and it feels a little threatening to me, or you don't feel very safe to me, then there's going to be that standoffishness, and I got to protect myself, and it's totally my different mindset that just naturally feeds on itself. Now, let me also say, though, you ask about resolving conflict. The research is really clear. In marriage, long-term romantic relationships, 70% of the conflicts that couples have are not resolvable. Like, they're just not. There's no compromise.
It's the
There's no
literal-
solutions.
The literal Mid-East, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be a fight forever.
Exactly. And then to make it even worse, there's so many couples who have this myth or this belief that if we love each other, we can resolve any conflict.
That's not true.
It's not.
No, it's
absolutely.
Farrell knows way more about this than
Oh,
you
yeah,
think.
he's a smart
I mean,
guy.
He's a pretty smart guy.
Well,
I've been married 3 times.
yeah.
I'd like to think I learned a little something through 2 divorces and 3 marriages.
Yeah.
experience.
I thought he was going to make a joke. I thought he was going to say, I've been married 3 times to 48 women.
Wow.
You know?
So, and I hate to cut you off here,
Oh, you're good.
and I feel like I'm asking you a million questions. So, when there's conflict,
Yeah.
okay, I have a question about when I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
my parents fought. And I don't mean fought,
Yeah.
I mean they straight up like the cops were at my house and
Yeah.
one of them was going to jail.
Sure.
And how does that, you think, affect a person and their relationship later on?
Whole other episode.
So being a kid,
Yeah.
like seeing that, growing up with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, it's totally traumatizing.
Everything I can remember.
Totally traumatizing. And in some ways, so in a lot of the family classes that I teach at Weber State, I talk about, kids just swallow. Growing up, they're swallowing everything that's going on, what they're seeing, how people's talking. They just swallow everything, and then that becomes the programming for adulthood. So sometimes people follow that pattern. This is what mom and dad did, right? They just fall into it. But a lot of times people will say, I'm never going to be like that, and they do the exact opposite, which is just as problematic. Because the exact opposite is, well, then I'm never going to have conflict. And we've already said, no conflict, that's just resentment, and resentment is relationship cancer. Just kills you from the inside out.
Wow. I wanted to throw your phone number up on the screen if we can, Mark. Again,
sure.
this is our
Thanks.
guest today is Mark Adams, and we are talking about lively conversation.
Yeah, it's fun.
Today
Yeah,
we're
thanks.
talking about
That's fun.
conflict and
I hear things.
fighting and relationships, those sorts of things. If you'd like to talk to Mark one-on-one, here's his phone number. Mark is a licensed marriage and family therapist up at Weber State. And but we're not stopping. We're not stopping.
Oh, we're not.
We still want to talk.
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
remember what thought we were on at last, but I want to get to kind of some meat and taters here
Okay.
for people. 3
Good.
things guys can do to help with conflict. 3 things men can do.
That
Why,
men
is the
can
guy,
do.
why does the guy got to do it?
Well,
Why can't the girl do it?
we're gonna get to
See, I'm gonna get-
Yeah.
we're gonna get to the ladies also.
All right.
Okay.
I just thought we were talking about men.
Yeah.
So 3 things men can do. I'll bet number 1's listen. Really listen.
No,
What?
no, not yet. I mean, that's important. Absolutely. The first thing I'm going to say is
Yeah?
men have got to put down the toolbox.
What does that mean?
That means stereotypes.
Literally stop
Men-
what you're doing?
Men want to fix,
Oh,
right? It's that
okay,
fix
right.
it thing.
Yeah.
Fix.
Because, and so
'Cause
if we,
we're
if we can
guys.
put the toolbox aside and say, all right, this goes against all of my natural inclinations. I want to get the toolbox out. But if I can set that aside, then we can start to listen
Okay.
without that agenda.
So guys, don't try to fix it. Don't start out trying to fix it. That's what you're saying.
Or maybe better yet, just ask. Do you want me? Is this something you want me to fix, or is this something you want me to just listen to?
Okay.
You tell me what role you want me to play here.
All right. Fix or
So
listen.
that's-
Look, Farrell's taking notes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is important stuff for him.
I'll charge you later.
So, okay, okay, so stop, or at least
Okay,
don't
so-
go to automatically fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't go to fix it automatically. Ask. Listen, not to defend yourself or to build your own case, but practice listening because you care to understand. So Stephen Covey says, first seek to understand, then seek to be understood. There's a lot of wisdom in that.
Okay.
Because if our goal is to understand, then we're not grabbing keywords and throwing them into our counter argument.
Okay, all right, good. Ladies,
Ladies.
tips for ladies.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, the research really is pretty clear. Women are more likely to start difficult conversations with criticism. So the advice I would give to ladies is, when you're going to bring up a difficult conversation and you're more likely to bring it up, men are going to avoid that as much as possible. So unfortunately, that does leave women to bring up these conversations more often than men. Start with something soft. Call it a psychological sandwich. So, honey, I really...
Psychological sandwich?
Yeah. There's like
Farrell's awake again. We're talking sandwiches.
2 pieces of bread and the meat in the middle. So, I appreciate you. I really value you. Here's some positive, genuine, right? Things I really love and appreciate about you. Can we please talk about this thing that I'm struggling with? That's a challenge for me, right? So some more I language. I'm feeling this way. I need your help. I need your support. And then the last, the other side of the bread.
Okay.
And that's the positive again. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your efforts.
So it's kind of like putting a pill for your dog in a chunk of meat and
Yes,
throwing it on
exactly.
There you
Men
go.
are more likely to swallow that and like it when it's, I appreciate you, thank you very much, and here's the message I need you to swallow
Right.
and change. So start softly
Okay.
with men. The other thing I would say is invite the men in your life to sit down with you and figure out how to create some structure with conflict. When you feel like the relationship's pretty good,
Yeah.
sit down and say, okay, let's talk about how can we contain the emotion in our conflict so it doesn't get out of control. I think of it like digging a pit and putting the rocks around. You're going to build a fire, so you dig it down a little bit, put the rocks around it, and then you can stay warm, or you can cook by it, or it's productive. But without that structure, the fire can spread pretty easy and just destroy everything. So emotion in conflict can be like that. The emotion means we really do care about each other. We're totally invested, or we wouldn't have this emotion. But without the structure, it can just lead to, right now we're attacking each other, and we lose sight of the issue. It can just be so hurtful and damaging.
You feel better, Farrell?
Well, I'm just reevaluating everything I've done in the last 10 years of my life.
That's not a bad thing.
That is not a bad thing.
Just
That's
don't throw it all out. I mean, there's good in there.
That's what this guy, Mark Adams, is here to talk about. Mark Adams, licensed marriage and family therapist at Weber State. There's the phone number one more time. If you want to talk to him more about these kind of things, please do. Give him a jingle. He'll be happy to help you. Farrell and I have learned to put down the toolbox.
Good.
And yeah, I'm putting down I'm gonna get rid of my toolbox.
Don't do that. You might need to fix something.
I
Well, yeah.
need to fix something there.
Yep.
Eventually.
Then she'll be mad at you.
Don't be
Fix anything around
extreme.
the house.
And you're with Junction City today. We'll see you the next time.